calling it a love song.
What is up, my awesome gemstones? It's Mary Gem and I'm back with another video, and today's video is going to be on how do people see you, how do they perceive you, your first impression, all the vibes. So let's get straight into it. Pile number 1 says future world. Okay, sorry about my shaky hands, it's kind of cold. Okay, pile 2 says wear sweater. Pile 3 says because. Pile 4 says footprint. And pile 5 says turn down. Alright, so these are the 5 piles. Pick whichever one you would like to. Take a moment, meditate, think about the message you would like to receive. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. I love you so much. What is up, my awesome gemstones? It's Mary Gem and I'm back with another video, and today's video is going to be on how do people see you. I love making these videos. I feel like it's been a while since I've made one. So yeah, let's just get straight into the video. If you'd like a personal reading, my details are down below. And yeah, okay. So pile number 1, you guys chose future world, okay? So the rapper Future, you could definitely be someone that is into like rap music, or I feel like people assume that you're into like rap alternative music. I'm hearing that you could be someone that's like, you like the popular songs that come on the radio, and like you seem to always know the lyrics of different songs, because I can see people being surrounded by you and then a song coming on and like you immediately start bopping your head, or like not dance moves but just like tapping your finger, or like you just you just seem like you know almost all the songs. But then at the same time, I'm seeing you be someone that's like, oh, I don't listen to music, but somehow you know all the lyrics to like songs. Or people assume that sometimes you say you don't know certain things but actually you do. So maybe sometimes you act like you give off like Libra vibes when they have a crush, because sometimes Libras will act like, I don't want to say dumber, but like they'll act less intelligent than they actually are. Just some Libras and some Aries. And then it's to kind of like make the person like, I don't know, like want to approach them, and it's like a conversation starter. Or people assume that or you come off as someone that also has like a party trick, or like just someone that like this isn't your first rodeo. I feel like when people see you, they're kind of like, you seem to know what you're doing, and like this is not your first time. So this can come to like sex, or even like when you get a job. I'm hearing that like you start off and like immediately you know what you're doing, and then I can see your resume saying you have no experience, and people being like, what? Or you saying, oh, I don't dance. I'll link down the song from High School Musical where it's like, I don't dance, I say you can. That, and like you're like, I don't dance, and then you end up like busting some moves, or you just look like someone that is way more interesting than you actually are. I know that sounds kind of mean, but like I think that you could just be like a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and they're very laid back, they're very chilled. Even Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they can be super chilled, and people are always getting like fire sign energy from you. Like how can I let me think. I mean, I'm someone that's really emotional. I'm a Cancer, so I'm trying to think, like, I don't know. It's just like people like assuming that like maybe you're more heartless than you actually are, or like you seem like less approachable, but like you're actually like like super sweet and stuff. So if you dress really grunge and like you have a bunch of piercings and stuff, you seem like a little bit scary, but actually you're really approachable and really cool. So yeah, let's see. Spirit, how do people view pile number 1? Thank you, Spirit. How do people view pile 1? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use these cards. These cards came out. Let's see. So the first card that we have is the Eight of Cups that came upright. People see you as someone that is always down for an invite. I feel like you're someone that will try new things even if you've never done it before. It just seems like you're someone that's really good at like whatever you do. But yeah, you would never say no to an invite basically. Or like, I feel like you don't shy away from even like confrontation, or at least that's how you come off to people. Like you don't shy away from, you know, maybe distancing yourself and like not saying anything, but at the same time, if you need to say something, you will. You seem like someone that really picks your battles and picks your words very carefully. And then we have the Seven of Cups that came upright. You're a different person and you have like a lot of different facets about you, a lot of different aspects about you, and like maybe people even assume that you could be a player, or it's just like you have a lot of different interests, so a lot of different things catch your attention. You even could have ADHD. Yeah, like I was getting neurotypical again or something, I don't know, but like yeah, you could definitely have ADHD or like some form of like mental illness. Like yeah, I'm hearing that like your attention span is really short when it comes to like desires and what you want. People feel like you get bored of people really easily, and people can like get the energy that you want to have like a big friend group for some reason. It's kind of like when an introvert sits alone at a table and they're reading a book, and then everyone's like, oh, like, are you like, should I come approach them? Are they okay? Are they lonely? But then the introvert's kind of like, fam, I'm good. I'm chilling. Like, please don't talk to me. Don't approach me. And then people are like, no, like, you don't mean that. Like, you want to have friends. And it's like, no, no. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So people view you as someone that is really patient when it comes to money and your career and your goals, because as much as you have a very short attention span and you really like starting things and dropping things, there's this contrast where like when it comes to your finances or when it comes to your career or even just like things that are very serious to you. So you can be really maybe wishy-washy with certain things, but if something's really important to you, you will literally take the time to make sure that like it's all perfect. Like I'm seeing with certain friendships, it's like maybe you don't have that many friends, but like you have one specific friendship that you really care about, and like people see you like really making sure that you put all your effort in it. And if this has to do with your money or your career, people see you as being very wealthy, but like really doing it in the long run. So you could have a job where maybe you started off really low and then you spent like 10 years of dedication or just like so long of your time, like dedication, you know, and then you finally ended up getting the money. It's even like, you know, being a YouTuber. So before you can start getting paid, you have to have like 4,000 watch hours, you have to have 5,000 subscribers, and then only you start getting money. And it's like, it's a whole process, you know. So I just feel like you are really in it for the long haul, and like the profession that you're going into or the type of person that you come off as, it's just someone that will do the long haul. Like you'll start at the bottom to get to where you want to be. Like you aren't somewhere it's like, oh, like I want to be like on top immediately. You're like, you know what, I'm not as experienced as I think I am, so like I'm gonna start at the bottom. But people really do overestimate you, and I feel like people are saying that like you're way smarter than you think, you know. But yeah, let's see. So Spirit, how do people see pile number 1? Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, how do people see pile 1? I'm using my old tarot cards. I'm so excited. These are the cards that I made myself. Spirit, how do people see pile 1? Ooh. Okay, so we have boring convos, or what you talking about. So sometimes you can come off kind of like you don't want to talk to people. I just feel like you're an introvert that really attracts a lot of extroverts and people that are kind of like, oh, put yourself out there, do this, do that. And you're kind of like, bro, King of Pentacles, like, yeah, like I know where I want to go. Let me just put my head down and like get to where I want to go. Like, don't try and distract me and shit. And then we have INTJ, that's your personality type. It says, I've always imagined that paradise will be it. Oh my God, will be a kind of library. And then we have Katniss Everdeen, Walter White, and Ro Lauren from The Next Generation. So I'll insert their photos over here. You give off this energy. So yeah, I feel like people imagine that your type of paradise, or what you would do to unwind, would be, yeah, sitting by yourself, reading a book. But it's like people keep coming in and saying like, oh no, but you would like this, so like you love that. It's kind of like when someone says that, you know, red is your color, or like this would look amazing on you, but you're kind of like, or when people feel like they know you better than you know yourself, and people keep thinking that you're a different person, or that you want this thing because it's like that's the norm. So for example, like if this is an LGBTQ plus reading, you know, a lot of things are like catered towards heteronormity, and like there's a lot of society pressures on what we should be and what we should gravitate towards. And I feel like you're kind of in the separate bubble where you don't gravitate towards that, you know. Maybe you're born very feminine presenting, but you've always been attracted to masculine energy, and you've always wanted to identify as masculine energy, and just that type of thing. So people are always just like, no, but you like this. No, but I know you like this. Like you definitely like it. You know, and sometimes you give into that pressure and sometimes you don't. It's kind of like you pick your battles 100%, you know. So yeah, that is what I got for pile 1. I really hope it resonated. Let me know if it did and if you picked this pile, and let's get into the next one. Alright, pile number 2, you guys chose Wear Sweater. So if you know the song Conan Gray, I think it's called Sweater Weather, or like Heather or something. I'm so sorry to all the Conan Gray fans if I said, I don't know the song name, but I'll link it down below. But yeah, let's see. So I'm getting Raven from Teen Titans Go. I'm getting also Starfire for some reason. I'm hearing people say like, yeah, maybe you are someone where your clothes are really cool. I feel like people are always attracted to what you're busy wearing and what you're saying. People feel like you're really interesting. You could also have some, like, you also could have a really high vocabulary. So you always use words that people don't know about. Or I'm hearing that you always bring up people and things that people don't know about. You know, it even could be like underground things. Like you shop at certain stores where it's like, it's underground, it's indie, you know. People assume that you're really indie and like hippie vibes. You're not giving off stoner vibes really. It's more like smoker vibes. So if stoner is included, it is what it is. You seem like someone that also is really strict with your energy. I'm hearing that you could really be into spirituality, but like you are really strict with it, where I know a lot of people, I mean, there's no specific way on how you should be spiritual and like what you should do. You know, it's to each their own. I know some people, like with me and my tarot cards, so like when I do a reading for someone in person, I pull out the cards myself, but I know other people will rather let them pick their cards. So I feel like with you, you have your own system on how you maybe like take your spirituality, and it's like completely different to how other people would have. Because I'm hearing you say, for example, let's say you're religious. Oh, you can say I'm a Christian, but then you're like, I don't want to say like you're like super liberal, you're into also spirituality, and like you don't shy away from that. When in like, I'm not bashing religion, I'm just saying like when like the norm is like, you know, if you're a Christian, this is what you do. So for example, if again, similar to pile number 1 about you just gravitating towards your own thing, and I feel like you just make things your own. So it's like Legally Blonde, where, you know, she was like, she got accepted into Harvard, and then she was like, was that hard or something? And it's like, you make things kind of seem effortless. But yeah, you seem really smart, really studious. Okay, so the first card we have is the 8 of Wands that came upright. People can definitely sense a lot of anxiety in you. I feel like you make things look easy, but at the same time, they know that it's really hard. So yeah, people can sense that there's a lot of anxiety around you and your future. You know, you could definitely have anxiety, or you're always picking your lips, or people can sense that you're like, you with your knee, like, or your leg, like it's always jumping and moving, or you're always just like touching your clothes, or like you're always touching your face and stuff like that. And that's kind of a sign of anxiety. But I can also see you reading up on psychology and like knowing how to assert your dominance and knowing how to seem assertive and stoic. So even though you have a lot of anxiety, sometimes you because you read up on psychology, you know how to come off like you aren't anxious, you know? So yeah, I'm seeing you either bombing certain interviews and like, I don't want to say bombing conversations, but like saying weird, inappropriate things. And like it either lands or it doesn't, where it's like, okay, they get my humor, or it's kind of like, huh? Or if you're Gen Z and like you're always using TikTok, you know, slang and vocab, then it's like people won't really know what you're talking about. So yeah, people sometimes are a bit confused on what you're busy talking about. We have the Page of Cups that came up, right? You're always showing people different things. I feel like people really appreciate that, you know, if they leave a conversation with you, or every person that you've interacted with, they learn something new. There's something that they could take from that conversation, from that interaction, that connection, and they can really marinate and think about it. So you could bring like a completely different perspective on people's problems and issues if they open up to you. You give amazing advice, or they learned a new fact, or just like small little things. I can see you being someone that really has researched a lot of different things, and you're on someone to gatekeep, you know? So like if you know certain deals, certain brands, you'll tell them. Or like if you got something and it's thrifted, you'll say, yeah, I got this and it was thrifted. I go to Pep stores, it's 5 rand. Like you won't stray with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, sorry, that's Afrikaans, but yeah. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords that came upright. There definitely is a bit of sneaky energy, just because I feel like people are kind of saying that there's no way that you can be the person that you are without have like hurting someone else in the past for some reason. I don't know why, but you kind of give off this energy where you've broken hearts before. You give off energy that like you would maybe just cut someone off, or you would like switch on them, or you've just broken a lot of hearts in your life. I feel like you could be someone that's really attractive, and people assume that you got a lot of, you know, sneaky links, but it's kind of like, bro, like you're attractive but you be at home like talking to no one. But people are kind of like, no, you look like a player, you look like you'd break people's hearts. But we have the Four of Swords that came upright, and this is just mostly about you taking your energy and keeping it for yourself. So as much as you have a lot to offer, you will offer it, but at the same time it's like you're really strict with your energy. Like I don't know how to describe it, but you seem super strict, super like you stick to your things, you stick to your word, you stick to your diet, and you don't stray. And stray, it's like, but yeah, stray in English, where it's like you don't move away from what you want to be doing and how you want to come off, type vibe. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Spirit, so much for being here. Can I please get an accurate reading? Wait. Can I please get an accurate reading for pile number 2? Spirit, how do people see pile 2? How do people see pile 2, Spirit? How do people... Okay. We have nice while it lasted. So you could definitely be kind of like that manic pixie girl where... you know, you feel like people feel like you're the person that they can have a good time with, but maybe it's like they don't always settle down with you afterwards. I know that sounds really bad, but yeah, people just feel like you are a nice person to like hang around with, and like I said, you always leave people with something to take home. But it's kind of like people see you as just being the healer, you know? You could definitely be like a healing person and you're always healing other people. But then it's like, okay, but who's healing you though? Where I saw this other TikTok where they were like, who takes care of you? And then she was like, I do. I mean, my dogs also sometimes. And it's like, it's great that you're helping other people, but it's like, you know, like who's helping you? And I feel like people can sense that sometimes, like the anxiety, maybe even like a hint of loneliness. But we have Virgo. I don't long for you. We can't change the past, but I promise to keep you alive by thought, action, I promise. So even when you leave people and when you're busy helping them on their spiritual journey or just on their journey in general, I feel like you do it not because like out of the goodness of your heart, not because you feel like you're doing this as an obligation. It's just more like you do it, and if that means that, or you'll say what you say, if they want to take that for themselves, if they want to use that in their life, that's up to them, but you don't force them to be like you know. So yeah, I just feel like you accept things as they are and you don't try to change people. And people feel like even after the connection ends, you wouldn't be someone to like, you'd be someone to maybe like leave and stuff, but you would still like kind of wish them the best, or you'd still know what's best for them at the end of the day, or you'd always know, like maybe you'd always just like keep tabs on them and that type of stuff. So that is what I got for pile 2. I really hope the video resonated. I love you so much, and let's get into the next one. All right, pile number 3, you guys chose because I said so. So we are already getting boss ass energy. Yeah, I'm hearing that you always make do with what you have. People feel like you always have a reason for everything you do, and you could live life with like just a bunch of quotes and like song lyrics. People just get the energy that you're kind of like a movie character in a way. This lighting sucks. Okay, yeah, hopefully the lighting's a bit better. Anyways, so I feel like, yeah, people assume that you're always listening to song lyrics, or you're always living life by certain quotes. I feel like people see you and they're kind of like, oh, you know what, you remind me of this one song, you remind me of this. Or if someone had to describe you, it's easy to describe you in metaphors because you're so abstract, you know. Oh damn, that sounded poetic. But yeah, you even could be a poet, like shit. We have the Knight of Pentacles that came up, right? You're someone that's really slow to open up. People get the energy that you go for what you want and you talk to people that you want to talk to. I feel like you could definitely be an ambivert because we have Knight of Pentacles. This is someone that is super slow. They know that teamwork makes the dream work. They know that they can't, you know, achieve much in life by themselves. They do crave companionship. They do crave wanting to be in a relationship. And I feel like people get that energy from you. They feel like you always want to be in a relationship. Or you give off really romantic, hopeless romantic energy. And then we have the Knight of Wands. We have this like sexy side of you where people see you as sexy. People see you as really attractive. They see you as someone that enjoys having sex, or someone that would be a great partner. You know, I feel like you want all aspects of a relationship. And people see you as someone that's practical, yet hot as fuck. So yeah, and then we have the Four of Wands that came up, right? People just see you as someone that wants to have the full package, you know. You want to have a home, you want to be independent, you want to move out of your house, you want to do this, you want to do that. But like at the same time, you want to do it with someone else. People feel like sometimes you're a bit immature maybe, or like you have big dreams, you're a dreamer, you're giving off Piscean energy. But we also have Wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sag. And then we have Pentacles, which is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So your dreams and your career is very earth sign. And then your state of mind and like how you come off is like water sign. But like you actually are fire sign, you know. So maybe sometimes people underestimate like what you can do and how much you're capable of. This lighting will be the death of me. Okay, anyways, so let's see. Thank you, Spirit, so much for being here. Can I please get an accurate reading for pile number 3? How do people see pile 3, Spirit? How do people... Woo! Yarr! Let's see. So the first one we have is Scorpio. My determination to get to know you isn't even driven by love. It's awarded for your mercy. Ooh. Okay. I feel like people see you as someone that can be really judgmental sometimes. Yeah. I feel like you do things to maybe get the upper hand. And maybe sometimes people think that you're way nicer than you actually are. It's kind of like you could be someone that's very sarcastic, but people are like, oh, you're being sarcastic. But it's like, no, you're actually telling the truth, you know? Or you make a lot of dark jokes. You have like, you know, dark comedy, dark sense of humor. And then it's like, you'll say, oh yeah, Hannah Baker. And then it's kind of like, this is a bit concerning. Like, are you okay? So, yeah, and it says it's awarded for your mercy. It's kind of like you have this thing where you put people through trials. Like, you put people through trial runs to see, like, if you actually want to be with them. You will test people. You will play games with people. Or, like, you come off that way. We have Naomi Lee. Penguin plus Riddler. Be brave and want me back. Yeah, I feel like you want to fall in love with someone and you want to have a great, like, you know, grand romance. You just seem like someone that's a dreamer, a hoper, like I said, hopeless romantic, all the vibes, just like super water sign energy where it's so flowing, it's emotional, it's raw, you're artistic and that type of stuff. You have this energy where you would be someone that would be in the rain confessing your love to someone, and you would say, love me back, need me back. I can see you writing sappy poems, which are super cute. Like, you know that, I'll link the video down below, but in Grey's Anatomy, where she was like, but I love you, Derek. In a leave you the last slice of pizza way. In a hold a radio over my head way. A way that makes me hate you, love you. So pick me. Choose me. Love me. I'm getting that energy, like you'd be someone that would have a whole ass speech when you tell someone that you love them. And then we have ENFP. No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world. Yes! We have Saul Goodman, Sean Spencer, and Gregory House. Yes! I feel like you believe in words. You believe in like, you believe in the future. You believe in the now. You believe in like a lot of abstract things. You're a very abstract person. And I feel like you take literature seriously. Excuse my nails, please, guys. But yeah, you believe in literature. You believe in belief. I feel like you're a very, you're driven by a lot of sense of yourself. I feel like you're driven by yourself and you're your own driving force. So yeah, I'm not getting anything else, but let's see. Spirit, how do people see pile 3? I'm getting an extra dick for you, pile 3. How do people see pile 3? We have, oh my god, extrovert. So people see you as an extrovert. How do people see pile 3? We have playful, pillow fights, play pretend, not mad. Yeah, you're really playful, you're a lot of fun, and you don't get mad that easily at people. Only like sometimes if they're really close-minded, then that's kind of like a turner for you. But yeah, that is what I got for pile number 3. I really hope it resonated. I love you so much, and let's get into the next one. Alright, pile number 4, how do people see you? So, you guys chose footprints. I'm definitely hearing something about the beach. I'm hearing something about you writing your own novel or going back to school. So people assume that you're a student. People assume that you still have a lot to learn with your life. I'm hearing that older people will look at you and kind of say, oh, like one day when you're older, you'll understand. So yeah, you could just be someone that's really young. And I feel like people can see your chaotic energy in the sense that, okay, firstly, you're really attractive, you're really hot. Sorry about that. But there's a sense where I feel like you know, people always say, when you're like really young, they're like, when I grow up, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be this, you know, and then you grow up and then it's like, okay, well, when I'm 25, I want to have my own house, I want to have this, I want to have that. And I feel like you're kind of still in that energy. Like, I feel like pile three's energy is lingering on pile four, but I just think that with you, pile four, it's more like people can see that you're still lost. People can see that you're still trying to find your feet in the world. You're still trying to leave your footprint. You're still trying to find your soul's purpose. So people see you as someone that is really just trying to have a good time, but at the same time, it's like people can see that you're looking for something. You know, people always feel like when they're with you, it's kind of like a soul thing in the sense that they can tell that you're looking for something deeper. You know, maybe you're always over analyzing things, your brain's always working, but people can see that you want to fit in. People can see that you want to find something that like makes you happy. Maybe you don't have that many hobbies and you kind of just like do the same thing every day. You're always in your same routine. And I feel like people are waiting for you to break out of that shell. They're waiting for you to, you know, make your mark, make your impact. It's like when someone's like, tell me about yourself. And then you go blank and you're like, who am I? Like, what am I? You know, like, what do I like? What don't I like? And I feel like maybe you should start asking yourself those questions, you know. If somebody asks you, who are you? Like, how would you answer? Because I feel like a lot of people want to ask you that. But then it's like they feel like you probably wouldn't even know though. I'm hearing that a lot of people have had crushes on you and have wanted to be with you, but they just always felt like you don't know how you feel. You don't know what you want. You're still, like I said, trying to find your place in the world. And also, all the cards keep falling, pile number 4. So yeah, I don't want to say that you're a mess, but you're a beautiful mess, okay? But yeah. Let's see. Spirit, how do people see pile 4? We have the Queen of Pentacles. People see you as someone that has a lot of money. People see you as someone that would maybe choose love over money. People feel like you're someone that will go the path less traveled. People feel like you're either gonna like... People feel like you could be amazing. Like you have so much potential to be whoever and whatever you want to be. They just want you to know yourself. People feel like sometimes you second guess yourself. You don't know what you actually want. 6 of Pentacles. You're always giving back. And because you give back so much, you end up, you know, moving back. I feel like sometimes you think about the past. You romanticize the past. 10 of Cups. People see you as someone that's really happy with where you are. But they know that you're going to be even happier when you start your journey. I feel like maybe you've been postponing healing. You've been postponing your shadow work, or you've just been, yeah, putting things off, things that you really want to get to. Because I'm seeing people say like, oh, what about this? What about that? You know, you had so many dreams and aspirations, and then you kind of like, maybe when things get hard, you kind of like pause and you stop. Or you remind me of Fleabag, the girl, where she'll be with someone and then she like looks at the audience and she has her own thought process. And it's just like people feel like when they're with you, they're not completely with you because your mind's somewhere else. You're focused on something else. You're thinking about the past. You're thinking about a lot of different things. You're thinking about the future, and you love to romanticize the future and the past. I feel like sometimes people see you as someone that doesn't see people as like, you know, bad people. You don't actually see them as like, I don't know, you see the good in people maybe? Or you think everyone's terrible so you don't give them a chance even? It's isolation either way, you know. If you see all the good in someone, you feel like no matter what they do, they're still gonna change. And that will make you feel emotionally isolated. Or if you feel like they're not a good person, you feel isolated because you're saying no before you can even start. It says strangers with a connection. I just feel like when people meet you for the first time, they can see that you're lost. And I feel like it's a sense of comfort for them. But they're kind of like, it's actually really nice. You know, when you meet someone that's the same age as you, and they're like, oh, actually, I don't know what I'm doing either. When you meet someone that's older than you and they're kind of like, yeah, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like a lot of us don't know what we're doing and we're just trying to make it through the day. And I feel like people are able to see that in you. They can see that like you're struggling. They can see the depression. They can see all of it. And I think it's a really comforting thing, honestly. You know, I'm a Cancer, so there's nothing more comforting than seeing people's emotions outwardly and them not like holding it down. So, yeah. Spirit, how do people see powerful? We have ESTP. Action may not always bring happiness, but where is no happiness without action? You don't know what's going to make you happy, but you don't know what's going to make you unhappy. So why not just try and see what works for you? You could definitely be an atheist, and I know this one quote where they were saying like, what's the point of life? Why are we here? And like thinking about all those big questions. And then this guy was like, I mean, why does it matter? Maybe life is just about finding someone to because you're like, they were like saying, okay, I'm fucked up, you're fucked up, life is fucked up. So maybe the point of life is just finding someone to get fucked with, you know? Maybe it's just about finding someone that you can connect with, and like it's as simple as that. But yeah, people can see that you're still finding your place in the world, like I said. Spirit, how do people see powerful? We have caught in the act, you know. I feel like sometimes you be toxic, sometimes you do things that you can be a bit of a hypocrite sometimes. This isn't bad stuff, guys. It's just how people see you. And then it says, hey Adora, feelings changed. So yeah, sometimes you say certain things, but then you act the exact opposite. I feel like you're still deciding what your beliefs are, it's like you're just still deciding so many different things in your life. Let's see. Spirit, how do people see powerful? Thank you, Spirit. How do people see powerful? We have South Africa. You could definitely be from South Africa, or people see you as very like well-traveled and like you speak probably like a lot of different languages, or you have a really nice accent. Thank you, Spirit. How do people see powerful? We have A+, keep it neat. People just feel like you're studying, you're going through the works, you're seeing what happens for you, what works for you, and like, yeah, you're still deciding what you want to do. I feel like people see you as like how Virgos view everyone, where, you know, Virgos look at people and they're always like, I don't know, I feel like if you know, I'm not even going to explain that part, but like, you know how Capricorns and Virgos look at people. And Leos also. You know how they look at people. You know how they perceive people. Similar to that is how people perceive you. So people see you in the lens of a Virgo. Anyways, that is what I got for powerful. I really hope it resonated. I love you so much. And let's get into the next one. Alright, pile number 5, we have turn down. Turn down for what? So you could definitely be a dancer, alright. Yeah, it could be into partying and like a lot of hip-hop stuff. I'm seeing you being really like, I don't know, cultural maybe? Okay, I'm liking your energy, pile 5. It's like hard to tune into you. You could definitely be an enigma. Spirit, how do people see pile 5? I gotta go my own way. What about us? People feel like sometimes you make decisions that don't make you happy. People feel like sometimes you put yourself last. You turn down things that maybe people feel like sometimes they see you as someone that is scared. You're scared to like do certain things because maybe you feel like you have a fear of failure. So people can kind of see that maybe sometimes in that second of hesitation. It's like when you ask someone like, do you love me? And they hesitate before they answer, and it's like that hesitation gave them the answer. And I feel like people see a lot of their answers in you through your hesitations, through your inactions. Because acts of services could definitely be your love language, but I get the sense that like you show your love through action. And I feel like you can, I don't want to say you're hard-headed. I think that people see you as someone that is really direct, really bold. You know, you're forward. You say what you gotta say. You know, maybe like no filter. And it's kind of like that causes friction with so many people. I feel like you've grown so much and you've been trying to, you know, just make a name for yourself, make a life for yourself. And it's like people still see you as maybe the person that you were before. Like if you were addicted to anything and now you aren't, or you hung around a certain crowd but now you don't, it's like people still see you as that. I feel like people see you the way that they want to see you, and I feel like it's frustrating for you because people can see a lot of frustration in you. I feel like your energy, it's really not for everyone. Like I can see you being like clairvoyant, or I can see you being really spiritual and like being able to get visions, and like you want to warn people but they don't listen to you. And maybe even sometimes people are scared of you because of like the things you say, the things you can see, because people fear what they don't understand. I feel like people look at you and they're kind of like, you know, when they say like the eyes don't lie, Chico, or like Chico, the eyes don't lie. Where if people look at you in your eyes, like deep in your eyes, they're like, damn, this person has gone through some shit. They can see it. They can see that you've been through the most. Like, I'm seeing that people can see that you've been through a lot of trauma just by looking at you. And like, that's why you're so strong, and that's why you are the person you are. You know, you could definitely be a person of color, where it's like sometimes you have to learn certain things in order to get around. Like maybe you grew up in a really underprivileged place, and like that made you really good with money, because I can see you having certain skills and stuff, and people wondering like, where did you learn that? Where you'll say certain things like, oh, like I forgot what they said, but like just like certain tricks where it's like oh wait. Okay, so pile 5, just like learning certain things. So like being a person of color, right? Maybe you had to learn the Constitution, you had to learn your rights, because if you're in a position where, you know, something happens, you needed to know your rights, or you know how to make a fire, or like, you know, certain things where it's like, it's good to know, but it's like, why do you know that though? Like, how did you end up knowing that? Where like, let's say for example, someone says, oh, like one of their family members got diagnosed with something, and then you're like, oh, is it this thing? And then you will like tell them, oh, like make sure that they do this and this and this, and they're like my throat's like literally like, ooh. And then you're like, you know what to tell them, and they're like, how do you know that? And it's because like you went through that, you know. Or if someone's having mental health issues, like you know what to say to them, and they're like, how did you know what to say to them? And then it's like, because you were in that same position, you know. So yeah, or like if someone's having a panic attack, I can see you like consoling them and like knowing what to say, you knowing how to comfort people. You know, they say like the people with the brightest smiles always like hold the most pain, and the people that have been through the most don't want anyone else to go through the same pain, so they always try to help others. Yeah, that's a lot, pile 5. Spirit, how do people see pile 5? How do they see pile 5? We have the High Priestess, okay? Your dark and light energy. I feel like people just see you as like, honestly, being like a mythical being. Just being someone that has been through so much, and it's like right now you're just trying to breathe. Like, I'll link down the song Breathe. I forgot who sings it, but Diddy sent it to me. If you're watching this, Diddy, I love you. But yeah, where like the song was like, you just chase your dreams, that you don't even take time to breathe. You know, sometimes you're stuck in that fight or flight response, and you feel like you always have to keep fighting, but I feel like Spirit is saying right now it's just time to breathe and exist, you know. If life has been getting really hard, just take a second and breathe, you know. That won't help or fix any of your problems, but, you know, don't forget to live. Because, like, you know, in the cruise where they were like, the dad was like taking care of the whole family, and then he was really like just always about like living, because you could die at any moment, you know. And then she was like, this isn't living, this is just not dying. And there's a difference between living and then experiencing, and then, you know, there's a difference between theory and practice. But yeah, honestly, I'm gonna pull out some other cards. Let's see. Spirit, how do people see pile 5? Thank you, Spirit. How do people see pile 5? Ooh. Let's see. We have Capricorn. I tell you this because I trust. I believe in hope even when my instincts try to deny it. Aww. You believe your instincts even when you try to deny it. So even when you know what you should be doing, I feel like a part of you still maybe holds on to like your inner child, or people feel like you're busy healing your inner child right now. It's like a Capricorn when they're in love, where, you know, they're like, it's the most illogical thing ever. So yeah. And then we have Sagittarius. Only way to hurt me is to love me. Let me show you how much you need me. Mo. It's a lot of intense energy, power 5. It's giving Harley Quinn. Okay, sorry. But yeah, let's see. Then we have ISFP. You must live in the present. Launch yourself on every wave. Find your eternity in every moment. And then we have Remy from Ratatouille, Harry Potter, and Sleeping Beauty. So you give off their energy as well. Yeah, living in the present. Spirit, how do people see pile 5? How do people see pile 5? Ooh. So we have physical touch. So physical touch could definitely be your love language. They always see you touching. We have the talk. You leave people on red as well. You avoid a lot of people that you know aren't good for you. We have friendly reminder. You're always, you know, on alert basically. Yeah. Spirit, how do people see pile 5? Thank you, Spirit, for being here. How do people see pile 5? People see you as always just taking things as they come. How do people see pile 5? They see you as someone that is really, really, really attractive. How do people see pile 5? Messy hair. Maybe you like wearing matching undergarments. But yeah, you always look amazing. Hannah Montana. People feel like you're really close to your family. Or like they can see, or Spirit saying that you're really close to meeting your soul family, your soul tribe. We have the Lovers card. Yeah, you're just being super attractive. Super, super attractive. Making decisions between your relationships, what's best for you and other people. Losing a relationship and then gaining a relationship with yourself. You enjoy what you're doing. You're living in your complete feminine energy and you're changing. And I feel like you're finally deciding to like do what you want to do. You know, maybe you've been doing what other people told you to do, and now you're finally living for yourself. And that is amazing. So that is what I got for pile number 5. I really hope the video resonated. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.